This is season 3, episode 2 of the Emberhart podcast, the space where we forge resilient character and, discuss about the all-important skills of life. So, please lean in and let us begin. From achievement to meaning, climbing the second mountain of life. Dear Amelia Emberhart, please stick with me today. We are diving into a complex idea, but I know you are up for the challenge. Yes, we are again talking about The Second Mountain by David Brooks. There is a kind of person our society quietly celebrates. They are driven, disciplined, and accomplished. They collect achievements the way others collect memories. They move seamlessly from one milestone to the next. Top schools, prestigious jobs, impressive titles. From the outside, their life appears flawless. And yet, beneath the surface, something feels off. This is the story of the insecure overachiever and the deeper journey that follows. The insecure overachiever. For many, adulthood becomes a continuation of school. The rules are familiar. Work hard, perform well, collect recognition. Gold stars simply evolve into promotions, salaries, and status symbols. Approval still comes from external sources. Only now it is managers, institutions, and society at large. These individuals are skilled problem solvers. Faced with the uncertainty of life, they choose structured paths. Prestigious companies offer clarity. Here is your role, here is your trajectory, here is your next step. The anxiety of not knowing is replaced with the comfort of direction. But there is a hidden cost. When you work within a system, you slowly shape yourself to fit in. If the culture does not nourish in your inner life, parts of you begin to starve. At first, the question is, how do I succeed? Over time, it becomes, why am I doing this at all? You begin to see yourself not as a person, but as a collection of skills to optimize. Work becomes more than effort. It becomes an escape, a distraction from deeper emotional and spiritual questions. The highs and lows of life flatten into a steady, neutral hum. And somewhere along the way, passion fades. This condition has a name, acedia. It is not dramatic despair. It is quieter than that. It is a dullness of the soul, the quieting of passion. It is a lack of care, a life that looks complete from the outside but feels disconnected within. Your heart is over there, your life is over here. And no amount of achievement can bridge that gap. The valley. Eventually something cracks. You reach a point where success no longer satisfies. What once motivated you now feels hollow. The life you build no longer feels like your own. This is the valley. At first there is denial. Then comes redoubled effort, working harder at the same failing strategy. Then distraction, seeking novelty, pleasure, or escape. Only when all of this fails, you begin to confront the truth. Something fundamental must change. This is often a telos crisis, a crisis of purpose. Without a clear sense of why you are living the way you are, even small setbacks can feel overwhelming. Without purpose, there is no anchor. People experience this in different ways. Some drift, continuing their routines while quietly aware they are settling. Others become paralyzed, convinced it is too late to change, comparing themselves painfully to those who seem to be moving ahead. But the valley for all its pain, it is not meaningless. Suffering disrupts the illusion of control. It strips away the protective layers of ego and exposes what truly matters. It teaches humility. It awakens gratitude. It calls you to respond. You do not emerge from the valley as you were. You emerge changed. The wilderness. If the valley breaks you open, the wilderness reshapes you. Suffering. Wait and see what it has to teach you. This is a space of solitude and reflection, a deliberate step away from the noise, expectation, and constant validation. Here, distractions fall away, and what remains is yourself, unfiltered. In this quiet, something important happens. You begin to listen, not to the voice that seeks approval of or status, but to something deeper, a more honest voice, one that is patient, uncertain, and real. The wilderness teaches negative capability, the ability to remain in uncertainty without rushing to conclusions. It challenges the ego, which craves clarity, control, and admiration. Over time, the ego shifts. It no longer commands, it serves. You begin to see that the version of yourself you were trying to project, the impressive, polished identity, was only a surface layer. Beneath it lies something more grounded, more human, more connected. You realize you are not who you were trying to prove you were. You are something deeper, a much better person than your ego ideal. Heart and soul. In this deeper place, two forces come into focus, heart and soul. The heart is defined by desire, not shallow wants, but deep longings, to care, to connect, to devote yourself to something meaningful. The soul is your moral center. It calls you toward what is good, what is right, what is worthy of commitment. In the valley, you begin to understand that you are not just a mind designed to achieve. You are a whole person, capable of love, responsibility, and purpose. Transformation requires loss. The old self, the ego-driven identity, must give away. Only then can something more authentic emerge. And when it does, the new path appears. The committed life. Meaning is not found in the endless options. It is found in commitment. A true commitment is not a transaction. It is not about convenience or personal gain. It is a covenant, a binding promise that shapes who you are. When you commit deeply to a person, a cause, a vocation, you give part of yourself away. And in doing so, you gain something greater, identity. We are not defined in isolation. We are defined by what we choose to serve. Commitments provide structure, purpose, and direction. They also demand sacrifice, showing up when it is inconvenient, acting with care when it is difficult, choosing responsibility over comfort. And through these repeated acts, character is formed. Paradoxically, commitment does not restrict freedom, it elevates it. It transforms freedom from the absence of constraint into the presence of purpose. The second mountain. This is the second mountain. The first mountain is about success, building, achieving, proving. The second is about meaning, serving, loving, and becoming. The goal is no longer to accumulate, but to unify, to gather the fragmented pieces of your life, your skills, your experiences, your values, and align them toward something coherent and meaningful. Happiness, then, is not a fleeting emotion. It is the state of moving wholeheartedly in one direction, without hesitation, without regret. The question is no longer, what can I achieve? It becomes, what am I called to commit to? How can I share it fully? How do I shape my life so that everything points in that direction? This is not an easy path. It requires risk, it requires surrender, it requires letting go of the need to impress. But it offers something far greater than success. It offers a life that feels whole. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode sparked a new insight, please share it with a friend or leave a review to help others find us. You can find more resources at emberhart.com or join the conversation on mastodon.social/@emberhartgo. Keep showing up, keep thinking, and stay strong. See you next time.